I'm not sure I've had so much fun talking about Ocarina of Time of recent, but that is definitely what I've enjoyed doing. I definitely have exhausted most topics on this game. Shit, I probably did that a while ago. But I'll keep finding new things to talk about. I have a special talent for talking about even the littlest of components and making it go on for longer than it completely should. Actually, we all do that thanks to those really dumb page requirements we had for most of our school essays. So I was thinking of the next topic to talk about, and I kept thinking back to this charming place. Literally the first place you encounter when you start the game. Kokiri Forest has a friendly feel to it, a warming theme, a welcome theme. Or I guess not completely warm, as Link's bed is a tree trunk, with no blanket, and he starts the game shivering cold. But it's still a good place to open up the game to. In fact, I'm gonna make a bold claim. Kokiri Forest is a terrific starting level. Well, maybe some of you agree with me, so I'll make another claim. BuzzFeed is completely useless and should be removed from society. Actually, a lot of people agree with me there too, so I'm not really making bold claims. I'll stick with proving my first statement though. I'll stick by proving that statement being correct. One thing that is great about Kokiri Forest is it's a welcoming theme. The peaceful design of the forest, the theme music with a charm to it. Like, this is a place where you want to be. You run around in what feels like a village just protected by the forest where everyone's happy and polite. Except this guy. His best use for the village is eating everyone's farts. There doesn't seem to be an immediate threat, which I guess is a false reality. But the village in the forest initially is very peaceful. The biggest fear is falling for the Indiana Jones trap. Also, I know this movie's like 40 years old, or 42 now or something. He's just come back for one more. It also amazes me too that, like, Doc Ock falls for the trap. Like, he was there.
Hello, Peter.
I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I don't really know shit about evaluating music. I just know if I like a song and if it makes me feel happy. And this song I like and it makes me feel safe and welcome. And I think a welcoming first level is key for a game like this. In a crazy, extremely exciting adventure Ocarina of Time takes you on, you gotta be eased into it. You gotta be welcome into it. So having a welcome, friendly first level that is Kokiri Forest really helps with achieving that feeling. The welcoming forest is also a great and efficient way to learn the controls. Many first levels of games are designed to teach the player how the game works. The Ocarina of Time not only does that for what was a very complex game for its time, but it gets to the point. Like, think back to it. 3D games weren't really a thing in the 90s. How a game where anyone can pick up this game and play it would require a lot of understanding how the 3D games work in general. Nintendo nailed it with how it manages the camera, how it's always oriented around the main player, just rotating based on what he needs to see. Very helpful for combat and stuff, you're always facing it. But even with getting the 3D controls right, it was still someone's first 3D controls. And a player needs to understand them in order for them to enjoy a video game. And Kokiri Forest makes them understand it exceptionally well. There's plenty of places to explore, characters to help you explain the controls. Like, you have that one girl sitting above the store, which kind of odd that you're sitting up there. It's almost like you're planning to rob the place later or something. You do you, I guess. You get a sword too, which is pretty easy to get, but still requires you to learn various movements to get there. Like, you have to learn how to crawl and stuff, and you also have to get hit by this thing too. You get the shield as well, which costs some rubies, so you'll learn how the whole money system works in this game. Which is kind of scary, how much money you find in the grass. That's not how real life works. All you do is find someone's not picked up dog poo in the grass. It kind of stinks. And once you get them, you can equip them and start practicing with them. Otherwise, Minho the Minge won't let you in. And all this can take us as little as 5 minutes, or as long as you want it, just however you want to do it. This level is not only very welcoming, but allows you to understand how the game works. Which is extremely impressive considering how unique this game was for its time, and how quickly you actually achieved the goal of understanding the game. The forest is designed to feel isolated too. It has the path to the Deku Tree, there's also a path to Lost Woods nearby, and finally the main path to the rest of this amazing world. It's surrounded by tree-like walls, so you can't really escape in other directions, but you wonder what's down these paths, or beyond these walls, which I think is key for a first level. You have to make the player curious about what else the game has in store. And after this charming opening level, you remember that you have this urgent mission from the Great Deku Tree. So you wonder what's over there, you wonder what's beyond the Magnificent Minge, and you wonder what's beyond this forest too. They say Kokiri can't leave the forest, which makes you even more curious on what's outside the forest. Spoiler alert, you're welcome to a massive Hyrule field, also this fucking owl, which was absolutely a huge overworld for a 90s game. But all this sense of wonder is present in the opening level. What does this game have in store for me is a constant question myself and everyone was asking and wanting that answer to. I look at other games and many don't nail it this well. Either the opening level is dull or it becomes just a grind to learn how to play the game. Sure, many games have the curiosity of what else you're gonna see in the game, but not as many do it as well as Kokiri Forest and Ocarina of Time does. And yeah, did I think of another completely random topic to ramble about in the Ocarina of Time? Yeah, should I focus on the new game Tears of the Kingdom more? Yeah, as well. But I don't know when I'll talk about that, I just kind of talk about what the hell I feel like. That's kind of how I roll right now. So tune in next week where I discuss the worst case of diarrhea I ever had.